real. Like,
And you
tried
cut
to
and you
go
click
up.
on just in time and acrobat the fuck out of that shit. I'm like,
But the
bro.
thing is, I didn't know who I clicked on to because you know Madden to make me click on Gilmore behind you, either the corner behind you or the safety in front of you. Madden decides. Like that's literally up to Madden.
Yeah, well, they
Madden,
decided nice. They decided
yeah,
right.
they
Cause
gave me
shit,
Seth. They gave me
that was
Seth.
a
I pressed
touchdown. I was
try.
possession catching that. I was
Nigga, that
possession
was a
catching.
touchdown. I damn near wasn't. I wasn't even hyped about the pick until we landed. I was like, damn. I was literally about to say like, damn, yo, we just got dotted on. But then I realized we caught that shit. I was like, oh yeah, wow, like wow.
But see, I'm about to take Omaha off of Watts and put Gambler back on that shit. I think Gambler, like Omaha, it got its perks. That shit's cool and all. Like being able to see niggas defense and adjustments. That shit's definitely a cheat code. But I think Gambler, the faster release is what I need, bro. Like the reads I be making, bro. Like I'm like my
Yeah, I get
master's
what you.
quarterback, so it's like I
Yeah,
see this shit developing, and I'm not panicking. Like I'm not worried about the lurker or nothing like that. Like, it's, I mean, like you got quick click on. It's like exactly. Even when I'm throwing away from your user, it's like you hit triangle so fucking fast and click onto the next player. It's like I know. So it's like,
yeah. That click on is half the fucking battle, if not more, bro. That shit.
mm.
Gotta be able to click on.
So it'd be looking better. Like oh, Deshaun got all these picks. Like bro, like you gotta see what the fuck Matt had to do to get
No
these picks.
lie, we ball at.
Like the shit you do, you got picks nobody else can do. I don't fuck
It's
with
like
match.
show
Niggas not doing that shit. Niggas not doing that shit, bro.
Who the hell
But my defense
retiring
gonna
in 21 over here in King Madden? We ready to find out.
Oh, you in King
Anthony
Madden?
Levine, Devontae Booker, Brandon Graham,
My defense
Mercedes
don't get no
Lewis,
credit
Geno
like that.
Atkins, Danny
Rob,
Amadello.
niggas don't give me that credit.
Falk lost his quarterback. Shout out to Coach Falk for coming to get the Steelers, but Ben Roethlisberger retired after 18 long years. Brian Hoyer. Got some guys on here that out of here right now, man. But I'm here to talk about these Miami Dolphins in the offseason, man. Are we gonna see any moves made before the draft? I don't think so. I think they're gonna stay home and do it the hard way. Don't trade nobody and get rid of people. So who we bringing back right now on the re-signing stage? I don't know, but I know you better get prepared because here's the off season. I think this second season is about to be crazy, especially in the AFC side of things right now. You know, in Game of Thrones, they talk about the NFC being the big side. Well, over here, the AFC has now became loaded. Alright, so when we look at users, we do have a full NFC North, man, where all these guys participate in the offseason. I don't know. I don't think we'll get a full 4 teams participating. I do think we'll see Randy in it, Los in it. Actually, Los has a game set at 8 o'clock when the draft starts, so I don't know, you know, if he'll be a part of it or not, but don't be a part of it and watch me clean up. You know what I'm talking about? Cousin Ty, man, I'm not expecting him to be a part of it, but if he does, man, hopefully he's ready to do things that, you know, go through the healing stages of loss, man, family loss, you know. And the NFC Nano over there still by his goddamn self, damn near. No, he's not. He do got 2 guys over there, and the Falcons are still available. So if you are looking for a league and you want to play in a 48-hour league that runs 48 hours, you know, no really early advances, no rushing you to play your games. You got 2 days to get your games in. The Atlanta Falcons are available. And then Nano has to figure out what happened to him in the playoffs last year. Got him bounced out. And if he can do anything about stopping the kid Drew from going back to another one. Alright, so Junkyard's over here. We got the new kid, Messiah, that joined the league off just watching our YouTube channel and stuff, so he'll be able to go through his first time in the Madden Franchise Junkies League. Simple as that, right? Then you got in the NFC East, we got a full roster over here. All 4 teams are taken, and I think all 4 teams will participate. In NFC South, I said it. NFC West, we are looking at every team over here is taken. Now, then, will everybody participate? I will hope so. We shall see. Now, the funny thing is we have the Bengals available in the AFC North, but we got 3 dogs in that AFC North right now. You got the Super Bowl champions and top tier Craig. He's back with the Cleveland Browns and Nick Chubb. Lamar Jackson and Mr. Coach Rob, trouble-minded. But Coach Rob played in that AFC Championship game with Lamar and the gang. He's back. And then they got King Falk trying to bring the life back to the franchise of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, this man will have the #1 pick in every round. Giving somebody like that, that makes that division tough as shit. Oh my God, that's really tough. Then you go to the AFC South. The Colts are available still, so that's 3 teams so far that we still have available in the league right now. And then in the AFC, we got some teams over here, and we got a newcomer, man. We got Top Tier's little brother coming over here to take on these Texans, man. He's coming into a hard situation. He's taking over one of the worst rosters in the league, but when you join the Madden Franchise Junkie League and AntHits is your head commissioner, you never come into a bad situation where we make you struggle through processes. We will put you in a situation where you can compete and understand and enjoy our league. I'm talking about, that's how we do it over here. So I think I'm going to run my division because guys are scared to come in my division. So, again, the Jets and the Patriots are unmanned right now. We don't have no problem with them being unmanned because I'm going to whoop Nigel ass every time we play this year. Guaranteed. Not trying nothing he's talking about over there. Fuck that. I have no idea what this Dolphins team is going to turn into, but we're going to do something. We might need 2 draft classes. We might need 1, depending on how things go. We'll see. But we do have the Jets and the Patriots. If you dare come play in the Gurus division, come holler at me. Because we over here. Which one of y'all niggas in Game of Thrones or in these other leagues is looking to motherfucking come over here and join over here with right. If you want to sign yourself up for early death, holla at us, you know what I'm talking about? Alright, so the AFC West is solid as hell. We got Junior over here on the Broncos, Show Guns on those Chargers, Irish Mike Tillman on the Chiefs, and C. Hound, man, the blast from the past, C. Hound, sitting on the Raiders right now. Alright, so I'm anticipating, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Do I expect a Game of Thrones type of draft where everybody's involved right now? I don't. But I do know after we come out of this second season, we will be expecting the majority of the league to be drafting because of how this season will go. Season 2 is about to be crazy because we're about to be super active over here, and the attention that we give the other league will be here as well. So because of that, everything else will pick up. So it's gonna be an interesting first off season for us right now. I'm expecting, guys to really get better at in the off season right now through that draft class, through the free agency. I think I'm expecting guys to get better, and it's kind of cool that we do have a couple of computer teams because they can manage those rosters by going through free agency and the draft. Computer draft picks are very good. They're going to pick the best available players. So those teams I won't have to go through and do anything extra. So if somebody did take these teams, they're going to come into a good situation. Everybody adds, right? Fuck it. Alright, so you always got to come back and congratulate our first Super Bowl champion, the Top Tier Craig. I have him on headset right now, and I wanted to give him his well-deserved interview. So I'm going to take this time out right now to do that, and I ask all y'all to hit that like button and comment, let us know that y'all are part of the situation right now. But what's up, Craig? How you feeling, man?
And I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. I'm ready for the next season, man. You know me. Once that game's over with, I'm ready to move on to the next part, which is getting ready for a draft.
Well, I'm not gonna let you move on that fast. I'm gonna make you go back in the past right now, man. First of all, just talk about how you ended up becoming part of the Madden Franchise Junkies brand.
Man, my cousin Trouble Man, he became the Junkies, I guess, through Facebook, and then he kind of invited me over here to the 40-hour league, and I was new to franchise mode, period, to be honest with you, and I got on the phone with you. You helped me, I came in real late. You helped me, put a little bit of things together, and it's been nonstop ever since.
Craig, Erica, who's your favorite out of Craig and Max? I'm putting you on the spot right now. Who became one of your favorites on the game right now out of these two?
I also take no answer.
Max, your boy. You don't know Chris. I don't know Craig like that yet. Max, my boy. All right, so, but let me talk about this though. You joined in Real Draft, and you came in pretty much at the tail end of it. What would you say? First of all, this has been your first time playing franchise mode when you joined Real Draft, right?
Yeah. Well, I did a small thing with my cousin. It was only 4 of us though. Or 5.
So to play in a huge league, active 32-man league, first time, right? Would you say what was the hardest thing to adjust to?
The level of competition, man.
Okay.
For real,
Okay.
I went from being the best out of my 5 cousins, which isn't hard to do, to being middle class in the whole league. So like that was something really tough to adapt to. And I mean, I'm happy that I'm competitive, and you know, I mean, once I start losing games after games, it was time to get in the lab, man. It's time to get it together.
If you was giving advice to someone that's never played in the Madden franchise junkie league and they are coming in, what advice would you give them?
Funny thing is, I'm just in this position right now because I got my baby brother who's never done franchise in his life joining in, and I told him, don't give up. For surely, don't give up. Learn. I always say this for surely. Like, you can learn things in a loss, you can still learn things in a blowout. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say that. Just keep at that shit. Like, if you getting blown out, try things that you ain't never tried before. You know what I mean?
Right.
Try to figure out what's going to help you be better for the next game, for the rest of the season. Because you don't want to keep getting blown out. You know what I mean? You can't quit. So
Right.
that's not making you better. So my thing is stick with it, get better, learn franchise mode. Not just learn your team, but learn franchise mode, learn
Right.
staff points, learn training, learn all that, and you'll be able to put it together.
Yeah, and you done that in less than a year. You haven't even had your year, pretty much your year anniversary of being in our league yet, and yet you've played in the Super Bowl and won one and one league, and you've been a top player in the Game of Thrones league as well. Um, which is a fast pace. There's a lot of guys that have been around for a long time, and there's no shot to them that hasn't really accomplished some of the things that you have accomplished. But me being around you, I know your work ethic is crazy, and you're completely involved. And my girls be in the background saying, "Manage your team. Your team is your baby." But she right though. That's flat out what it comes down to. And like, I think that separates our leagues, Madden Junkies brand, from others. You got to be in tune with your team. You got to really be involved with your team to become better at the game because of the things that we do. Coming from just you playing with your cousins and having drafts and all that, how when y'all did that, was your draft, was it important to draft, or did you get to a new height in Game of Thrones?
It was important to draft, and no matter which way, but it was different because obviously the free agency was always loaded with, you know what I mean, with computer teams. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in the user teams, people are managing the teams, they're keeping their star players, so it was way different. And then, like, I never been in a league where people was trading for draft picks. I'm like, the fucking draft is horrible. Why is everybody trade? Why do everybody want my picks? I don't get it.
Right.
Like, so I'm trading my picks away, not realizing that, like, you know, everybody wants the picks. Everybody wants to be in the draft. And once I seen the draft, it changed. It made me mad as hell. I traded my picks away. I only had one pick my first draft.
One pick in your first draft, and look how savage the league is. They don't even give you a chance to understand shit. You come in, everybody wants your picks. Yo, what's up? Can I get
Max was probably the first one in my inbox.
Yeah,
right away.
I ain't gonna lie. He was in my division. He was in my division, and I went in his motherfucking inbox. Like,
they was willing to take my 5th round pick. They didn't care what picks it was. I'm like, man, you can have that. Like, he's 90 overall. Hell yeah, I'll take that. What are you talking about?
They didn't care who it was, when it was. They just wanted them things, boy. Now, fast forward to today. How hard is it to come get a draft pick from you now?
Oh man, yeah, I'm a little stingy, man. Everybody know me. People don't really like. I don't really trade for real, to be honest with you. So you know what I mean. I like my draft picks. I like the challenge of building players and building them up. And honestly, in this man per se, having veteran presence is big in my opinion, and having the ability players is big. So you know what I mean. I kind of like to put the youngins underneath the veterans if you have that type of team. You know what I mean. Sometimes you gotta start grinding.
All right, so let's talk about the fact that in the AFC North, you know, it was really you and your cousin in there, a familiar person you're familiar with playing against with the Baltimore Ravens. And now you got Falk coming over, and y'all are fastly becoming a rival in the other league, Game of Thrones, right now. What does that do for you as far as your competitive edge of having somebody like Falk come in your division and bring that much of a competition to not only the AFC but the AFC North right now?
Honestly, it made me better. I mean, you gotta think about it, man. When you're going to dogfights, especially playing him twice a year in one league, and then basically playing twice a year in another league, in the regular season and playoffs, it's like it's only making me better. It's gonna get to the point where me and him ain't gonna be able to trick each other no more. You know what I mean? We gonna have to outplay who's gonna make the big plays and everything else like that, because we already go back and forth in another league. So you know what I mean? It's just gonna make me better though. You know, I like the smoke. You know what I mean? Me personally.
As a Super Bowl champion, where does the Browns go this year? Like, what do you do to be able to put yourself right back in that same game again around this time next year?
Keep making the team, man. Keep building the team to fit how I play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just building the team in the vision of what I like and what I don't like. So you know, I got some things in free agency that I want to get, and if not, I'll be drafting for it.
All right, so to make the team yours, you have one of the best running backs on the game, and Nick Chubb, man. Just talk about, you know, being able to have that guy, and what does he bring, you know, to the team for you. You know, just playing with any running back versus him. You know, this is your guy you played with online during the dummy leagues and things like that when we was getting ready for 22, and now you got him in the league right now. Just tell me, you know, how's that helped you as far as things you like to do.
Yeah, the way I run and the way I play the game mixed with Chubb and me, it's just a perfect mixture. I mean, if I had to pick any running back in the whole league to play with, I would pick Chubb.
Pick Chubb, all right, and you got him right now.
I don't care, and I got him right now, and I mean, it's almost impossible for him to fall backward. It's almost impossible for one man to tackle him, especially when I get to the second level.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even really have to do moves. I just fucking push the track button or stiff arm button. You're not tackling him 1-on-1, and he's not slow neither. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm blessed enough to have a running back that's gonna give him a break sometimes, and Kareem Hunt, and you know, so it works out perfectly for me.
All right, now you got the AFC where you got Max over here, you got me over here, you got Shoguns over here, you got Junior over here, you got Falk over here, you got your cousin over here, even your young brothers over here. The AFC getting to the point where it's getting loaded right now. How do you prep yourself for the competition you're gonna deal with game in and game out now?
Hey man, I'm gonna do what I always do, man. Try to build a team to be mine, and literally take one game at a time. I try my best not to look forward to, you know, my bigger games or my bigger opponents. I try to play every game like it's a playoff game, and just try to lock in. You know what I'm saying? That's really all you can do.
No doubt. All right, and a quick plug real fast just to get everybody that is in the league that's paying attention. Free agency stage will start at 7 p.m. I will sim the league twice, and we'll go to stage 2 all the way to 7:30. So you got a half an hour to try to go tack free agency in stage 2. Then we will go to stage 3 at 7:30. At 7:45 p.m. we'll be at stage 4. We'll sit there from 7:45 till 8 p.m. Draft will start at 8:15, and then we will just listen to this. This is very important. After the draft is over, I will not advance the league. The league will stay there, and we will put another schedule out for free agency and preseason starting the next day, which will be Tuesday. So after the draft is over, you guys, you know, are pretty much free to go look at your rosters and do whatever you got to do from that point. But we're not moving on. We will stop and start again during free agency stage. There will be a don't touch list. That list is very important. The only way you know, we should have a problem if we even have a problem. Once I double sim, we should be able to do some things. The computer might pick up a player or two from some guys. We'll get those players back. We got a dummy account that we could put on those teams to get those players back if needs be. But any other human, when the list goes into the main chat, please do not do not pick up anybody on that list. There will be a little list because we do have guys that came in the league a little late, and we know they couldn't re-sign their players. I am not advancing from where we at right now until 7 p.m. So once 7 p.m. hit, once I advance the league twice, you guys can, you know, look at the free agency stage and do what you got to do from there. I'm very interested in what we're gonna do in this draft. Where does a team like the Baltimore Ravens go in this draft? Those guys played in the AFC Championship. When you look at their offense, they have J.K. Dobbins in their backfield along with Gus Edwards. Lamar Jackson is the X factor of that entire team. Offensively, Rashad Bateman. You got also Hollywood Brown over there. Some would say they need to attack the offensive line. So I would ask Coach Rob, is that something that you guys are very, very interested in getting better in the second season, your offensive line, or is something that we're missing, maybe something on the defensive side that you think you need to attack in this draft?
No, it's all line this year.
Offensive line?
Yeah, all my skill positions, I'm pretty comfortable and kind of used to everybody that I mean, that's my team. I play with them. So I want to adjust the line and get deeper there and get a little stronger there. So,
now, I will ask you out a young player, somebody like a Dafe Owe, players like that on defense. Is this a player that you can build your defensive scheme around, or is he just another plug-and-play piece, and maybe add to the secondary safety level, or is the linebacker level the most important thing to get better at on defense?
For me, I want the back end, the safeties. I want them to complement it. Owe, he's fast, but his coverage isn't A1. He serves me better as a hand on the ground, rush the edge type of person. So
right.
The jury's still out on that. Like, I like his speed, he keeps up in most cases, but in other cases he's getting toasted. So I'm thinking we're gonna go probably some depth at the safety position.
No doubt.
Adjust the D line because I'm a little older on that end.
No doubt. So let me ask y'all, with Ben Roethlisberger retiring and a guy like Coach Falk taking over, do you think the clear-cut first overall pick will be the best quarterback on the draft?
Hell fucking yeah.
Or do you think he'll throw us a curveball and maybe go clean up some other positions and come back and get a quarterback?
We're talking Falk. You want to go for a receiver for real?
Nah, I think he's going quarterback for sure. You can't go nowhere without that.
Me personally, I don't think he's going to pick the #1 pick on a quarterback. I think he'll go get all that other shit and come back. I think he thinks he can make a quarterback. Period. Well, now, would you be surprised if he didn't go quarterback? What if he don't even go quarterback this entire draft? He go clean up everything else but quarterback. Do you think he can find one in free agency, or maybe something's on his roster already they can get by with for a year? Or you think he'll be making a mistake if they don't go get their franchise right now?
I think they gotta get the franchise right now. Me personally, I don't know about.
I think he can go either way. I would, me personally, with Ben Roethlisberger gone, you look at the roster as a whole. I'm not sure if he would look at that receiving core and think that that's a desired need. But I think because of who he is and how he plays the game, that receiver will be something that he'll pick up within that first 3 rounds. Yeah, exactly.
I think you could pick a receiver in the second round, pick one, rather than picking a quarterback in the second round, pick one, because the first 3 or 4 people, maybe first 5 picks are probably gonna go. I know my brother's at 2. I know he's not going nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? So like, I would honestly believe that I don't think you're gonna get a top quarterback in the top 5.
Yeah, and I'm sitting in the 20s because of the playoff, and I need a quarterback for sure. We do not want to go further with Tua, but if we have to, it is what it is. I'll get a quarterback out of free agency first, but I'm not moving. And if there's a quarterback in the first round and that boy didn't get his guy with the #1 pick, let that guy be there in 20 something, getting took right away. But you look at some of these teams, you don't know what the computer teams are going to do. How many user teams we have right now that need a quarterback?
Good question.
Because I don't think the Texans need one. They got Deshaun Watson. I don't think. Who else we got? We got a few teams like the Raiders with Seattle. You got you look at the Chargers and Shoguns, they got Herbert. I think they're fine there. Is this boy in the bathroom or something? You in the bathroom? Yeah. Hurry up. So when you look, let's look at the team. Let's go through it. Let's go check out some of these teams and who might go quarterback and what quarterbacks are coming out this draft and who might actually need one as far as user-wise. Because I think this is important. I think what you're going to see is a guy. You're going to see 2 different levels, and this is how you got to look at it. You got to look at the playoff teams and the Super Bowl winner and look at how they want to build depth or where they go after their needs, but they want to build depth. When you play in the playoffs in your Super Bowl team, you just need to add some pieces to take you over the hump. Whether you didn't make it to the Super Bowl and in the playoffs, when you lose, you look at what you can improve so you're not losing that playoff game. And if you're a Super Bowl winner, you look at what do you improve to bet. I mean, you got the Super Bowl roster. You just want to build depth, right? Usually when Super Bowl teams don't have to really, do too much, what they need to do is they just need to get some pieces that maybe they can clean up, meaning like we call it red shirt years. I mean, you win a Super Bowl, you look at your roster, and that's just face facts. Cleveland is one of the better rosters on the game. When you look at that roster, you want to clean up some things. Maybe you can draft some players that, maybe rounds 1 and 2 you get a starter. The rest of the rounds, they players that you can sit there and let them develop. But then you got these guys that have to get pieces, and that's those guys that, teams went 0-17. Teams ain't win no games at all, 1-16. Whatever the case may be, those teams need to hit at every fucking draft piece they can possibly get. And I would say at Pittsburgh Steelers, you look at that roster, they got some pieces he can move forward with. Najee Harris at running back. Got some pretty solid receivers, but you gotta really, really come into the game and take over that team and change it into your image. Now, Craig, you said something very important. It's like continue to make the team yours. You won a Super Bowl in year 1, and do you feel as though the team is yours, or you still think you're, a draft class and offseason away from making it yours?
No, I still got a draft class. Like, if anybody know me, for one, I'm a linebacker dude. So, one thing I came in with was only JOK. So, I want to build my linebacker core up. I'm also not the happiest with Baker at all. So I'm going through a process. I know I want to keep him. My tight end is, yeah, I know I love my tight end, and what I have right now is not, not ideal. So I got things that I want to do to, on the offensive line.
You knocked the Miami Dolphins out of the divisional round last year. And in that game they benched Tua and went with Brissett as their quarterback in their playoffs. So how important it is for the Miami Dolphins to land a quarterback?
I think it's important for them as well. So, and it's interesting, but knowing that GM, he's going to make sure that he could possibly make some moves to get higher up in the draft and get the quarterback that he needs. You know what I'm saying? So.
I'm trying to stay still, to be honest with you. I want to see if I can, shake the tree and not move at all and just play from where I'm at right now and see how that can go, what type of build I could do there. Challenging myself. But we look at the Washington football team, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Kyle Allen, and Taylor Heineke. This is a team that needs a quarterback. There's so many teams that need quarterbacks, and that's going to be in a situation. How about Coach Corey? Was he comfortable with Danny Dimes at quarterback? They did make it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You got some pieces over here where you're looking at teams that might need a quarterback. Surprisingly, most of the computer teams don't need a quarterback. So we probably won't see them all getting snatched up by the computer teams. But I do see, the Steelers need a quarterback. I would say the Dolphins is in a run for a quarterback. I would think the Washington football team would need a quarterback. So we probably should see a lot of runoff on quarterbacks in the first round this year, for sure. I am interested in to see how teams, the guys that do make it, make the offseason. I hear A Junior, if you can't make the offseason, I would recommend you don't set your board. Hopefully you ain't go after it. They picked the computer pick really well for people, so I would recommend you don't pick the board. I want to come back after the draft when we're done the draft, and I do draft recap, and we stop at the draft. Once the draft is over, and we stop right there, and I put out the next schedule. I want to come back and do a recap because I'm gonna look at some of these teams and what they did in this draft, and I'm gonna predict who I think will, be playing in the big game next year. Right now, the favorite, in my opinion, is still the Browns. Although I think the Ravens can push them for sure. But then again, you got some teams over here that if they make the right moves and they get the right things over there, they can be an issue as well too. As you can see, what the hell are you laughing at? Here, give me that. Let me get that real fast. What are you laughing at? Why are you over there crying right now? You don't know if I'm gonna get it? Yeah. And so I'm just retarded. Yeah. Alright. The fuck is that? Is that a black man talking to a white dude?
That's irrelevant.
Oh. All right, hold on. I'm John Jacob. Stop moving it. I'm John Jacob Jingle Chimer. That's his name, Jingle Chimer?
You don't
Get out my face, my bad. My bad, fellas. All right, so listen. We'll be back. We'll be back. Oh, my God. We'll be back. We'll be back after the draft, man. I'll holler at you. God, this